Yes, my name is Frank Kemp, Sr., so Junior doesn't get confused or blamed for this. I'm here, first part, representing the commissioners, the Veteran Service Commissioners. Okay, I have a question. When I assumed my chair, before I assumed it, the chair was voted a 5% pay raise, which happens every 5 years. Well, it hasn't happened every 5 years. It's been 10 years since some of the people have gotten a pay raise. The pay raise comes, I only would get it once every 5 years, so it's a 5% a year. I talked to Debbie Dawson, who talked to Mr. Luther.
And I returned your call.
You returned my call, I thank you for that. And he said it was under advisement for the pay raise. Well, what I would like to know, General Haas, or Mr. Haas, who represents another chair, has received a pay raise for a year. So if mine's under advisement, are we going to take and make the general pay his back, or I'm going to get mine retroactive, or, you know, I don't want to seem greedy or anything, but I would just kind of like it settled so I know what's happening, because next year when we have another chair open, do we need to put it in, you know, months ahead of time, or at the time the person will assume the chair, because you don't know if you're going to get reappointed or not. Okay. So the chair receives the.
And if I may, excuse me, just note for the record, it's 1:34 p.m. and Commissioner Creighton is present. Thank you, and excuse me for that.
Okay.
With regard to your matter, number one, your matter is, to my understanding, under advisement, and, okay, and Mr. Luther will contact you on that, and we will take a look at that so that you know what the status of that is. And there would be no requirement or authority or anything else, by the way, to rescind any raise that was already previously approved by the board. So as far as Mr. Haas is concerned,
No, this board has not acted.
There's no issue on
has to be discussed.
Mr. Haas's, though.
That was done internally by Mr. Toth. The board
that was done internally. Okay, then we do have to take a look at that too, because I'm not sure what the status of that is. I wasn't sure. I thought that, so this board has never acted on that.
Well, they approved the budget that included that. However,
Okay.
there was no
We
tax.
have to take a look at that then. That's been part
Okay.
of it.
May I have another couple minutes, please?
Pardon?
May I have another couple minutes?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. In 2012, your board or your office operated with 12 people. In 2013, it took 14 people to operate your office. Now, I realize you're watching your spending and everything, but the 2 extra people cost $145,800 or $580. Why in 2012, and I presume the office functioned fine, versus 2013, did you need to increase in budget, and yet you're denying everybody else, or not everybody, some people increases in budget or question them?
Quickly, I don't have the budget document in front of me, Brant. I don't know whether you can quickly answer that or not. Chris, the budget director who's normally with us, had to go to BCI today on some county business, and he is not here. We will get back to you either personally, have him call you on that, by the way, or if you would like to come down next Wednesday, we will definitely directly answer that for you in front of everyone.
Okay, and then one last thing. When Mr. Luther replaced Mr. Hankey, his pay increase was almost 9%. Now, I realize Janet Stickler tries to hold to 2%, and since he is a new hire, why did, you know, if we'd have hired Mr. Ickes at 9% over Mr. Toth, I'm sure this office would have killed us. So, could you answer that one too next week, like Sheldon?
I'd be glad to answer that next week. I can answer that this week, though. The policy that we've established with attempting to hold people's pay raises to 2% is associated with those who are already in grade and already hired, by the way. That is not applicable to new hires, number one. Number two, Mr. Toth's salary was outrageous for the level of responsibility that he had. And this is the county administrator that's responsible for literally hundreds upon hundreds of employees, and literally for the entire general fund budget of the county, as well as the sanitary sewer budget and other associated special budgets and so forth. There's no comparability between the responsibilities, yet you had chosen to pay Mr. Toth, I think, in excess of $100,000. His salary was out of line with every administrator in Stark County government and every administrator that I'm aware of in any level of government locally. So please don't bring that item up to us because
Okay.
it's a burr under the saddle and it speaks badly, by the way, of your board's oversight.
Well, then, if you could just explain why Mr. Luther was hired at the 9% above Mr. Hankey next Wednesday, more qualifications or whatever, I would appreciate that.
We'll do so.